Today I'm going to share with you one of my top 5 favorite core training exercises. What's going on, everybody? It's Blake Bowman here with Gorilla Zen Fitness, and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite core training exercises, and that is a Palloff press. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know that I'm not a fan of a lot of traditional core strengthening exercises like crunches and sit-ups, a lot of things in the sagittal plane that involve a lot of forward trunk flexion, and I don't like those things for 2 primary reasons. One, they're not very functional. I hate to use that term, but because it has a lot of negative connotations in the fitness world, but you're very rarely going to find yourself in a situation where you need to kind of crunch forward like this in a forward bending motion with a lot of force production. Okay, you're not really going to need to do that. Secondly, when you repeatedly move in the sagittal plane and you're doing trunk flexion like in a crunch or a sit-up, you're really shortening up the rectus abdominis, and that can contribute a lot to thoracic kyphosis or rounding of the upper back. So for those reasons, I don't really like those traditional core exercises like sit-ups, crunches, and like ab machines where you're crunching forward. On the other hand, I really like the Palloff press because it activates the entire core. You're getting rectus abdominis activation, internal and external oblique activation, transversus abdominis activation, even glute activation with this exercise. So it really kind of covers all your bases. Aside from that, I'm going to share with you 3 other additional reasons why this is a superior core training exercise. 1, your spine can stay in a neutral position when you're performing this exercise, which is great for A, preventing injuries, and B, it's a great exercise for people with pre-existing injuries to actually perform if they're capable of doing so without pain. Because of the neutrality of the spine, there's not a lot of motion, or there shouldn't be any motion at all occurring in the spine. 2, it teaches you exactly what I just mentioned. It teaches you to control your pelvis and your lumbar spine and not allow any movement to occur in there, which is very valuable for anybody that plays sports or is active. 3, this exercise is functional in the true sense of the word. This exercise is going to teach you how to properly brace your core, how to not go into extension when you're moving around, how to not go into rotation, how to not go into lumbar flexion laterally or front to back. And for that reason, like I said, it's very functional. If you're playing a sport and you kind of move in a weird direction and you don't know how to control your lumbar spine and all these different forces that act upon it, you can really injure yourself. So this is a great exercise for anybody that's athletic, anybody that does anything active, really. What you're going to need for this exercise is either a cable machine or a heavy-duty resistance band. Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate just using my cable machine, but like I said, you can use a band for this as well. What you want to do is start with the band or the cable at about the same level as your chest or your sternum, a little bit lower. What you're going to do is you're going to grab the handle. You want to do this with a very light weight. Start light, and if you can do it with really good form without deviating from good form, then you can maybe bump up the weight a little bit, but focus on using a really light weight here. But basically, grab the handle, step back and off to the side of the anchor point, okay? This thing. If you're using a band, it's whatever is wrapped around. On the cable machine, it's these pulleys right here, okay? You want to be out to the side and back so that when your arms are fully extended, the cable forms a 90-degree angle with your hands, okay? So what you're going to do is you're basically going to grab the handle, take a step back, like I said. You're going to get your feet wider than shoulder width, slight bend in the knees, pull it into the chest, okay? From here, you're going to brace the core and keep it braced during the entire exercise. Bring the rib cage down towards the pelvis, like that, okay? What you're going to do from here is push your arms out, exhale, hold for a second, then come back. Okay, that's pretty much it. As you saw there, I was not allowing for movement anywhere else but my arms. Your arms are the only thing that should be moving here. Do not allow for movement at the level of your lower back or your pelvis. Keep all of your muscles contracted and very tight to not allow for that movement, okay? Second thing is you want the path of your arms to be straight out and straight back like a laser beam or a ruler, okay? Straight out, straight back. Okay? Don't give in to the resistance and let it torque you like this, okay? You're not churning butter here like this. Straight out, exhale, hold for about 1 second, and come back. Keeping the core very, very tight. That's pretty much it. That's a Palloff press. You want to do that on both sides, obviously. I just worked my left side. The cable was coming from my left side there, so I would also turn around and do that facing this direction to work the other side. Now this exercise can be progressed by narrowing the stance. So basically coming out of this position here and standing more upright as you perform it. That's one way to progress it. Another way is to actually get down and kneel on both legs while you're performing it. So I get asked frequently, how often should these exercises be performed? And for this exercise, since it's just a total core training exercise, you can do this every day as part of your ab routine. I would recommend you do about 5 sets of 15 repetitions on each side. On a concluding note, remember what the key to this exercise is, and that is avoiding all movements that might be occurring anywhere else but the arms, okay? Keep that core braced. Don't let the lower body rotate at all. Everything remains forward, facing forward, okay? And because of that, don't really focus on bumping up the weight here. Instead, focus a lot on your posture, alignment, and your mechanics. Once you've really mastered those things and there's absolutely no movement occurring anywhere else, and you've already progressed the exercise by narrowing your stance or getting on your knees, if it's still easy for you, then you're looking for further progressions, then you can add on some more resistance. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you're not yet subscribed to my channel, then go ahead and do that right over here. Also, I'm being very active on Instagram and Facebook nowadays, so I would appreciate a like and a follow to both of those things. I'll include a link to both of them in the description down below. Other than that, I will see you next time.